Okay, so in the previous video, I was wondering where my equation went to. Actually, this is a nice thing for you to see. The view that I had was print layout. So because I like to see where the rulers are and all that stuff. Um, but for some reason, the equation wasn't showing up in this view, and so I needed to go to draft view. But now it's showing up in print layout also. There are little quirks sometimes that happen in the Word product. So, but anyway, that's the equation. All right, so let's get into inserting tables. So if I want to insert a table, table is just a bunch of cells, right? Rows and columns. So if I go to tables, I can create a new one very easily just by pulling this down, and then let's say I want a table that is 3 columns by 2 rows. Okay? And if I put the cursor inside the table, this little thing up here appears, and I can just highlight the whole table by clicking on it. But I can type information into the table cells and format them separately. If I want to change the width of a column, I can highlight the column. Notice what happens when I see it turns into a black arrow downward. When I do this, when I move it over in this area, I'm not doing anything, I'm just moving the mouse. Okay? It highlights it, and then when I move it over here to this vertical dividing line, see what happens, it turns into a double horizontal arrow, and now I click and drag, and that changes the width of the column. I can do the same thing with the height of the column by moving the mouse around until it turns into that up and down arrow, and then click and drag. Okay. I can, of course, do all the formatting and everything on the text inside these cells. So, but I can also, if I want to, use standard styles. So there are a whole bunch of different colors and standard setups that you can use if you want to. I'll use one here. So you can do that. I don't really particularly like that, but that's okay. Right now it has borders. The table has borders. That means there are lines that show up around each cell. I can control that as well. So I can have different settings, turn them on and off. I can have different types of lines. So when I draw a border, see what happens. I just click on that. That's using this draw tool. Okay. So, but if I did that with this line style chosen, if I chose to create borders around all cells, see what would happen. Right. The line style that was active at the time I created the first one was a simple line. Now if I come back here and do this again, it goes back to the simple line. Okay. I can divide cells up. So let's say I put the cursor in this bottom middle cell. Let's say I want to split the cells. I want to split the cells here. Where do I split them? Here, right here. Okay. So I can split the cells. Let's say I want 2 columns and 2 rows for that one cell. See what happens now. There's 4 cells within that one cell, and I can I can change alignments and all the rest. I can go back and merge this back to one cell, and so on. And now there are a bunch of other features that you can play with, but here's where they are under the table layout tab. Okay, so that's it for tables. The last thing I want to show you is a really neat thing, okay? And that is, let's go. That's all right. We'll get rid of these things here for now. You notice I have a list of references here. So let's say that I want to do this. Let's see, which one would I do? We can do this first one. All right. There's a references tool that I can use on the Home tab. Was it on the Home tab or the Layout? I forget where it was. Oh, the Document Elements tab. Here it is right here. See under references, the APA, Chicago, LMA. These are standard styles for lists of references. Okay. And I'm going to click on this to manage it. Now what I want to do is create APA style references. And that, when I click on manage, it brings up this dialog box, and I'm going to create a new reference. Let's say this first one. Okay. So I'm going to do this first one. I'll click on this, and this is an article in a journal. Yeah, this is an article in a journal. With different kinds of entries in your reference list. We're doing an article in a journal for this one. Now, I have these authors. I'm not sure how this happens to come from some other place. I don't know what APA said, how APA says to enter names. So let's do edit, and all you have to do now is enter the information, and this will automatically put it in the appropriate format. So I'm going to add that one, and then there's another one, McCoy, what is it, Patrick, T, add, and then Truby, Jr., Jess, E, add. And if I click OK, see now they get all stuck right in there in the appropriate format. The title of the paper is Safety Improvements. I'm not going to type the whole thing. You would, of course. The journal name, in this case, is Transportation Research Reports. Got to be careful about this thing. And then the publisher is the National TRB, National. Well, actually, there is no editor. National Research Council. The year, I don't have a city. Well, yes, I do. Washington, D.C. The year is 1993. I was sloppy with this one. I don't have a volume, but I do have the volume, but I don't have anything else. Right? So that's enough because that's all I've got. Right? So I'm going to click on that. Uh-oh. Where did it go? There it is. All right, so there it is. It's listed. So I can create another one and do the second reference. So now the cool thing about this is, first of all, if I want to insert this, let's say right here, I'm talking about this reference. If I just double click, it automatically inserts it for me in the appropriate style. So I don't have to worry about the style. I can just let the software do it for me and get it right every time. Okay, now down here, I want to say I'm going to get rid of this list at some point, and I'll replace it with a list of references. It's not a bibliography. That's an exhaustive list of references. Works cited is the thing that APA calls it. And this if I had put more in, more would be listed here. This is it. Okay. This is how this would be listed in my sloppy way of doing it. But if I had all the information and put it all in, it would look different. But basically, this is it. It does the work for you. Okay, so that's it for Microsoft Word. So you should download this sample text. Try to go through some of these things while you're watching this video, if you didn't already do so, and then go to the lab manual. Your assignment is to download the Word homework file and put it into the shape as described in the lab manual. So it'll basically use the same stuff that we've just gone through here.